30 seconds, no more dick. 30 seconds, no more dick. Hello, huge movie fanatic. That's a line from the movie. I'm not going insane. Well, I could be going insane, but that's a line from the movie. Hello, huge movie fanatic. Nate stopping on by. Once again, coming your way for a retro VHS showcasing video. Today I will be showcasing the original North American VHS release of Dick Tracy. Dun 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 dun. So I don't know if this has always been the way Disney has done things, but you know, this is Touchstone Home Video, which is a part of Disney. Even back then, they don't even put copyright years on their stuff, so I'm not seeing any copyright year information. All we've got is copyright Touchstone Pictures. It's just so weird and actually really kind of shady that Disney doesn't put like copyright years on, you know, VHS releases, you know, or DVD releases or Blu-ray releases or 4K releases. Like, you know, they have since gone on to do like, you know, a 2015 release or something, but they still don't officially put like copyright, you know, in this case 1990 Touchstone Pictures. Nowhere to be found, but I can confirm that this VHS was released on December 19th, 1990, because I remember that day well because I wanted to rent Dick Tracy on home video. I couldn't wait. Incidentally, I just think, you know, even 32 years later, I think the artwork is just so eye-popping on this VHS box, and it was just so eye-catching in the video store in December and, you know, 1990 and all of obviously 1991 and stuff. But having come out December 19th, 1990 in North America and video stores, I still think the cover of this looks so freaking awesome, and it's very unique. Not a lot of covers looked like this back in the day or even since, so very, very cool cover. Taking a closer look at the very, very cool cover, I just love the design here. Just black background, Warren Beatty, got just your Dick Tracy imagery going on here, and just the whatever black on red circle with the blue inside, and Dick Tracy and the kid here just walking whatever. And I guess the neighborhood is so bad when they go for a walk with the kid, the little orphan kid, he's got to take his Tommy gun with him on walks through the, do they even name, is there even a name for the city in this movie? I don't think so. It's not like it's New York City or anything. I don't think they ever named the city. It's just a city. But I've always loved the artwork for this film, and or for this VHS release rather, and very cool. I know that there's a lot of standees out there. I was at a antique store years ago. They had a full-size standee with this artwork and 3D, you know, this and that, and plug this in. I can't remember. They wanted, I don't know how much they wanted for it. It was too much. I didn't. Kind of should have got it, but I'm kind of also glad I didn't, because I don't know what they wanted, if it was $30 or more for it, an actual standee with this same artwork. So, you know, a lot of promotional material back then printed for this film theatrically and for home video release. And on the bottom, obviously, your classic Dick Tracy logo for the film. Taking a look at the right spine, Touchstone Home Video logo and stuff information on top, and it's kind of goofy that Dick Tracy is upside down on this side, but I've always thought that little image here of cartoon version of Warren Beatty shooting the Tommy gun on the spine was really, really cool for back then. VHS catalog number 1066 and copyright, or not copyright, closed caption logo. Oh wow, okay, I would have thought it would have been the other way on the other spine, but looking at the left spine, it's the same thing. The Dick Tracy is upside down, so I thought on one spine it'd be one way and the other way, but no, it's this way on both. Same thing, Touchstone Home Video logo up top. Yes, basically the same thing going on, but you can see on this side that the sticker there, the security sticker, you know, indicating that this video cassette has been opened and is no longer new, can be seen on the left spine here. Top of this VHS release looks exactly like that. Taking a look at the back of the VHS, this is very, very, very common, or uncommon rather, and unique for a VHS release. They were really, really being really daring and unique with this VHS release, because They kind of following a little bit with the year prior in the VHS release of Batman with you know, Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton, in the aspect that there's no, I don't think there's any synopsis on the back of that, you know, like, you know, printed word synopsis of the story. It's just like pictures or something and just quotes from critics and stuff. So they kind of, you know, do the same thing in this one, except for instead of having the artwork standard, you know, up and down, it's they tip the, you got to tip the box sideways to read it. It's really a kind of a cool layout, and it makes you wonder, you know, how many VHSs over the years have done this. I don't think I've ever seen another VHS that has done this. This is really unique. But we've got two thumbs up. The picture is extraordinary. Back when both Siskel and Ebert were alive, Dick Tracy logo, and all of these still shots here, little character shot of Madonna and William Forsythe and what's his name, Al Pacino, and another guy, the one guy who played Uncle Lewis in the Friday the 13th series, and also a character in the original Children of the Corn, and probably these other actors are possibly people as well. I don't know them in anything else necessarily, but Warren Beatty shooting the Tommy gun in the, well, it's kind of a bit between shots. I can't tell if there's, I don't think there's flame coming out of the muzzle there. And Dick Tracy and the kid there, Tess Trueheart, obviously Madonna there doing one of her musical numbers, and what's his name, Al Pacino with the Dick Tracy arrested paper, and all of these critics, whatever quotes you can pause and read if you want to. Once again, Touchstone home video, running time 105 minutes, color presented in digitally mastered hi-fi stereo and surround. On the bottom here you can see the credits, closed caption thing on the bottom left corner there, PG on the bottom right corner, along with the barcode, which, you know, kind of funnily enough is actually the only thing on the back here that's not the same. You know, it's sideways compared to the rest of the stuff, but that's the way they, probably the way they had to keep the barcode probably normal upright, just to not confuse things or whatever, so it makes sense. Taking a look at the VHS, this was kind of a rarity back in the day. I would imagine maybe Disney, you know, aka Touchstone Home Video, were doing this back in the day. Really kind of the better practice in a way. This way a label can't come off. Just simply printing all of your information onto the black plastic cassette itself instead of putting it on a label that might peel off over time. We've got all of the info simply printed directly onto the plastic cassette itself. Dick Tracy and all this information we've already went over on the back of the VHS box, copyright information, blah 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 blah. Just scanning over this, I wouldn't imagine we're going to see a year. That's just so goofy. It simply says printed in USA, copyright Touchstone Pictures. That's where you'd normally put copyright 1990 Touchstone Pictures, but as we've already talked about, Disney for some reason is kind of shady and creepy. I don't know if they've always done this with their VHS and home video releases, but you know, at this point anyway, they were not including, you know, copyright years. It's just goofy. And then on the bottom right corner there, closed caption logo. Not a big deal, but I guess we can show you the spine here. Just no label, just like with the top, and all this boring information here, and you can see the title Dick Tracy printed on here. I did see Dick Tracy in the summer of 1990 at a theater with my dad. It was the first time I can ever remember, like, sound really, me noticing how good the sound was. And incidentally, for a little bit of a fun fact trivia, I think Dick Tracy, from what I understand, was the first film theatrically distributed with digital sound, which I could, you know, for the record, if that, I would imagine that was what was playing at the theater that I saw it in, because I remember the sound being so loud, crisp and clear, that I still remember, wow, you know, this sounds different than anything I've ever heard in the theater before. So I would imagine we saw the digital sound version of the film. Obviously it wasn't DTS, that would come out 3 years later, but I don't know if it was like multi-channel sound at the time, but regardless of whatever it was, if it was just 2-channel digital surround or whatever, it sounded great in the theater. Incidentally, when I saw Dick Tracy when I was 13, and you know, when it came out in the theater, I wasn't crazy about it. I had really come to enjoy it much more after it came out in home video, and I was able to watch it over and over and over. And you know, I wouldn't call it one of my favorite films, but I definitely have a soft spot in my heart for the film Dick Tracy. Amazing Danny Elfman score back when he was doing, you know, his basically staple sounds, obviously a year after the very successful film and the very successful score Batman 1989 with Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton. So yeah, definitely a big soft spot in my heart for this 1990s version of Dick Tracy, the only film I think to have been made, you know, about the based on the Chester Gould comic strip. I can just only imagine how many like Chester Gould comic strip fans were really pissed off when they just blew away so many of the classic bad guys at the beginning of the film, like Littleface and the Rodent and the Brow and whoever else was there playing cards and stuff. They're just like, what? Because the makeup for all those guys and Littleface and the Brow and stuff were so cool, and they blow them all away at the very beginning. Just kind of a bummer. Oh my god, I could probably do a video showcasing this. I was going to say, they made masks for so many of these characters that got blown away at the beginning. I've got a Brow mask that they made probably in 1990 for this release of this film, which I should probably showcase. I think it's still holding up really well over 30 years later. Some latex shit just dries up and turns to shit, like actually gets all hard and just like plastic, but some really good high quality latex lasts over years, and the Brow mask has since lasted, and that's probably something I'll showcase next. So stay tuned for that, or be on the lookout for that video. I'm sure all you guys will be thrilled to see the Brow mask I got in the summer of 1991 based on this film Dick Tracy. But in any case, thanks for watching the showcasing. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one.